Alright, so I hit stop, I lit the cigarette, and I hit record again. And I think there was a reason for that. Oh yeah, I was gonna make a video. Um should I sing my new intro song? Wait, what was the song? What was the song? What was the song? Uh Something about suit made out of pants. Anyways, fuck. It was funny. I had it in my head while I was taking a Never mind. Moving on. So, welcome to the Lost Begotten Big Fat Head in a Tiny Little Box channel, where we're going to do some news. I haven't done news in a while. And all I'm going to do is basically scroll through my history here and kind of tell you what I've seen that you may have missed. You might not have. But I might have something to tell you about some stuff that you might not have realized. You never know. I'm kind of a smart feller or a fart smeller. One of the two. Either way, I've got a good brain. Yes. So, first thing. Okay, well, this is going to be backwards order. Okay, so everything here is backwards. No, I'm not going to talk backwards. That's just ridiculous. The scroll is recent to least recent. Okay, so Shepard Smith laid into a Trump aide. That's kind of funny. Like it's really hard to believe anybody like takes the Trump supporters' side. It's like how does somebody's brain just fail to function on that kind of fucking level? Because I've got the good brain. Because that's what they tell themselves. Yeah, I got a good brain, so everything I already thought was right, and I don't have to listen to shit. That's pretty much what they mean by it. So yeah, let's do something useful here. I've been noticing once a day that random news sources have been publishing things on the Bolshevik Revolution, and the VOA thing even mentioned the propagandized version versus the likely accurate, or I don't know, accurate, but the likely suspicions regarding it. I was almost going to say an accurate version, but I don't think we really have an accurate version of what happened during the Bolshevik Revolution. But I find that fascinating with everything that's going on, including the Russians being sued in the Hague Tribunal, or taken to court. I don't know whether they call it sued or not. But the Russians are in the Hague Tribunal presenting their alternate facts regarding the invasion of Crimea. Invasion by migration is a very real thing. And what's tragic about people who realize this supporting Trump is that his connection with Russia means that he's only giving you lip service. You know, like people who hold their fucking mouth like this would be, giving lip service. He's only giving lip service to the people who fear Islam. He's basically capitalizing on being a fear monger. And he has no intention of doing anything but provoking Islam and making it worse for America. His plan is being masterfully executed. It is genius. It is on a massively brilliant fucking scale, the perfect plan to destroy the United States. Okay? That's what the Republicans have been up to since the Lewinsky incident, as far as, you know, I don't know what they were doing before that, but they got addicted to power for power's sake. That has really become a Republican problem in this country, and they need to fess up to it. Um, but the fact of the matter is, Mr. Golden Horde Piss Boy, Mr. Putinite himself, our precedent, his involvement with Russia proves that he's going to be no help as far as migration conquests go. Because Russia has always been the facilitating factor. But I guess you didn't see the fucking story about Russian railroads being used to transport the migrants from Iraq to Germany. You think they all went over the fucking ocean? No. Anyways, and back to the news here. The State Department finally made a fucking statement. It's crazy. And what they're responding to was backlash over the THAAD deployment. And let me say something about this THAAD deployment thing. Americans need to realize that what's going on in South Korea is very much like the Tea Party movement that happened here, and very much like what the resistance risks becoming if it allows the left to take over, the far left to take over. And we should be looking at it as a reflection of what's going on here, just how out of hand fake news stories that are targeted for an agenda can be. And the first thing you need to know about how to spot fake news isn't how it's presented, because fake news can be presented very well, more convincingly than the truth sometimes. You got to be aware of the agenda. Okay? You have to understand tactics and recognize the patterns that people, the patterns of tactics that people employ. And what you see in South Korea is exactly that. The whole tactic of this administration, this government, is trying to defend itself from the horde. Therefore, it must be taken down. The Obama administration was trying to defend America and Europe from the horde. Therefore, it got taken down. And there's a connection between North Korea that's in the hardline Communist Party, okay? But China doesn't like North Korea. Okay, China doesn't like North Korea. Most Chinese people don't like North Korea. They have it blocked off um, a lot more aggressively than we have the Mexican border blocked off. It's not like the North and South Korea line. Okay, but then you go up to the very small, relatively small border between Russia and North Korea that no one seems to fucking know about. And just a couple of years ago, they opened up a brand new railroad crossing. They've been upgrading the whole place. Like it's all getting rather pretty now. And we just, we need to realize that there's a method to the Obama foreign policy that was precisely crafted to this time, to all the weird things that are going on in the world right now, and to abandon that foreign policy is to assume that you know better than the generals do, because you've got the very good brain. Yes. So anyway, I'm just going to move on to the next news story I can find here. I did a late night sketch of a Honda video. I finally did like a little sketch of the S2000 and the K24 compact pickup that I've been kind of like having in my head for a long time, and I just sketched it out again. I sketched it out again. I sketched it out a long time ago. The pickup at least. And I don't know where that went, but I like the way it looks better with a little bit of that new ridgeline in it. And I had drawn an S2000 before, but it was horrible. This S2000 is a horrible drawing, but if you can see what I'm talking about with the horrible drawing, you'll realize that it's a fucking brilliant car, and Honda needs to make it. And the key to it is don't change much. Yes, you don't need to change a whole lot about the S2000. Just give it some fucking torque. Anyway, not too much, just a little. Maybe some transmission options or something. I don't know. Okay, so news. Ferrari 488s are apparently electrical drawing pieces of shit. So, please check out the last couple of MSNBC Rachel Maddow. Go to MSNBC. Make sure Rachel Maddow gets paid for Rachel Maddow's work. And if it doesn't seem like a complete upload, then go and find the bigger takes. And, go send them a message. Ask them to upload the whole episode and tell them that they're being scammed by false uploaders, but they need to upload the whole episodes before they go and complain about that shit. Something, be active. Blah. Get off my lawn. Psh. So this last MSNBC Rachel Maddow upload was confirming or going through the piss dossier, the piss papers, the Panama piss papers, the piss papers, the Trump Russia dossier, Doberman Pinscher. No. DOS operating system. Yeah. The Trump Russia dossier. And she had found basically and gone through the different things that have been confirmed about it, including connections between I can't even go watch the shit. Go watch the shit. I'm not going to try to remember it for you. CIA director talks on the WikiLeaks dump. He was reading talking points. If you see that on MSNBC, he was reading talking points. Here's the deal with the WikiLeaks dump about the CIA's hacking abilities. That is a what's what of paranoid propaganda. Okay? Don't trust anything fucking Julian Assange says just because we don't deny it. Okay? Here's the deal. This one in particular illustrates perfectly this point. But as far as different things involving the State Department and Hillary Clinton, that's a little more complicated to explain. But I've done that on previous videos, so go watch that. But this is pretty fucking cut and dry. We can't refute this claim because if we refute this claim, then we're saying we can't do those things. So that's narrowing down publicly through confirmations or denials, narrowing down the scope of our intelligence capabilities. You don't do that. Okay, so we're not going to confirm or deny the new Assange hacking thing. But I'm here to tell you right now, most of that is bullshit, and it's been just paranoid propaganda talking points for 20 fucking years now. Okay? And it's been my experience, and I mean literally my experience, not just my research or anything, that it is not in fact the CIA, but it is private, and obviously corrupt corporations, companies, not even corporations, enterprises, you know. We're so used to in this country referring to giant fucking companies as corporations because we're brainwashed against corporations. We don't realize how much more evil oligarchadasheries can be. See, like, Blackwater. Can you buy a stock in Blackwater? How many companies are there like Blackwater that we don't know who they own? How many shady deals does Blackwater have with other corrupt countries and Russian fucking oligarchs and shit like that? A lot. They do. They actually have like the whole thing that happened with Russia cooperating supposedly with George Bush, W. Bush, was that Blackwater became kind of an international thing. And the Russians actually tried to use some Blackwater people to help secure Crimea. It was the fucking separatists down there, the little government that had already turned, okay, that had hired these people, and then the protesters who had actually come out after they had largely ran off most of the Ukrainian authorities didn't want anything from them fucking Blackwater people because, you know, they just figure they're all Americans. You know, Blackwater gets hired from a lot of different places. It was kind of funny. They were throwing rocks at the fucking Blackwater people and they were running away and shit. But that doesn't mean that, like, there is literally no way, no reason why the Americans were involved in paying those private troops to protect the people that Russia were trying to bribe, basically, the local government in Crimea. So anyway, shit, for all I know, it could have just been cosplaying and could have been mislabeled, but everybody had at the time concluded that those were Blackwater troops. And the RT stories got dropped really quick because they couldn't really make sense of anything. But then, you know, a lot of people in the Maidan activist groups, including myself, had taken this as remnants of the confusion. You know, this whole idea that the Cold War ever ended fucked us up in a lot of ways. And that was a prime example of it. So, anyways, getting about to the 20-minute mark. I really do recommend that you check out Rachel Maddow's and Keith Olbermann's, as always, videos. Number 42 and number 43 are poetry. But I tell you what, no matter who you are, you will learn a lot from Rachel Maddow. And she is simply like, if you want to tell somebody who's a conservative something to maybe make them give Rachel Maddow a chance, just tell them that she does not do presentations. She does not do what they think she does. It's like a fun history class, you know? Like, you really don't often find her, especially these days, promoting any kind of far left stuff, right? While she will cover different incidences of people being oppressed, okay, this idea that she's this far left leaning person is kind of silly, because even though that may be her politics personally, it doesn't come out in her show. Her show is a very thoughtful, informative, truth based program. And what she does is call people on their bullshit, and that's why they don't like her. And she does it in a way that makes you understand that she's got the credible sources, she's doing due diligence, and other people aren't. And that's why they don't like her. Anyway. And another example of her fine work, a day ago posted, sketchy Donald Trump deal eyed for ties to Iran. He's got more fucking dirt. Like actually like criminal things that he's done that are borderline treasonous, if not actually treasonous, are hidden in his tax returns. Anyways, yeah, definitely check out those two. They're both about 23 minutes long. Those two Rachel Maddow things. Very good work. Very good work. And oh my god, Super Speeder's best cop moments. It's fucking brilliant. I'm laughing my ass off to that shit. The stupid truck video is pretty funny too. Stupid truck. Yes, that is that truck's name. It is named Stupid Truck. How did he know that? Oh yes, because me and Rob Ferretti apparently think a surprising amount alike. Stupid truck. Fucking, that's a stupid truck. So, Tea Party versus Resistance, as far as chivalry goes. Koch brothers versus Soros. Here's the deal. When a normal truth-telling centrist like this is CBS News, coked back group pressures Republicans over something to do with the Affordable Care Act.
Forward Monday with the House Republicans releasing its replacement plan. But the state of the Senate plan is far less clear. Tuesday on this program, Red and Blue, Elaine Quijano, my colleague, sits down with the man.
Okay, whatever. So yeah, the Koch back group is what pressuring Obamacare bill stuff, right? And the Koch brothers have long been involved. This is not like some liberal claim. And the reason why you can know this is because excuse me. CBS News, NBC, ABC, they have sat down with representatives from these super PACs, from Koch brothers, and talked about fucking healthcare. They haven't sat down with George Soros anytime fucking recently and talked about this crap. Okay? There is nothing but a few fake Craigslist ads that lead to nothing, pointing to the idea that George Soros is paying protesters. People are protesting because their fucking democracy was stolen from them. If you have a problem with that, you have a problem with democracy. Stop accusing other people of what you're guilty of. It's been plainly illustrated, okay? Not with actors, not with shady fucking people who get caught lying every other day, okay? By legitimate people who you've never been able to catch in a fucking confirmed lie, including Brian Williams. You're gonna act like his aberration from the fucking, like, the official story, okay? Get the difference between somebody's memories and the official story. The official story is the official story. That doesn't make somebody's memories untrue. That means their memories aren't the official story. Brian Williams never fucking lied. Okay? The official story didn't want to make him look like he was in that much danger. Understand? So they lied. He didn't. But he has to admit that he lied because he's a patriotic citizen. Imagine that. Doing something against your own personal self-interest because you understand that it's the right thing to do for your country. Seems like Republicans have forgotten about that. Anyway. So, North American driving fails. Angry people versus bikers. Motorcycle versus cops. Nissan GTR versus Russian police. That was really lame. Epic pit ends Georgia police chase. Yeah, that was a pretty epic pit. Ben Carson. What the fuck? Oh. Ben Carson. Okay. I had a fucking funny thing I was saying to impersonate Ben Carson yesterday, but I forgot what it was. Um, what's that guy's name? Roger Stone. Okay, like Trump supporters need to be asked how shady and lizard-like do all of Trump's fucking people have to look before you start realizing that they're the ones who are the reptilians? Like, I mean, and not even go that far with it. Like, seriously, how, like, greaseball, car salesman, con artist, lawyer do every single one of his fucking people have to seem to be? Like, have you ever met? Like, it's a fucking, it's a basket of deplorables. That's the only fucking way to put it. And maybe Hillary should have said that his surrogates are a basket of deplorable, not his supporters. But frankly, his supporters are a basket of deplorables, and those who fail to take responsibility for the deplorableness of those people. Okay, and so therefore are equally deplorable. You're not a racist, sexist, money grubbing fucking con artist. Then you're turning a blind eye to racist, sexist, money grubbing con artists. So you're fucking deplorable, aren't you? Anyway, I'm up. I just farted on a video. Yeah, I really had to fart. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Yeah, you're thinking 2 years of uncut videos, it would have happened more than once. And now it has. Okay, news. Um, some dumbass had actually managed to keep until just a couple weeks ago a Trump Tower apartment advertised available for rent on Airbnb. Newsy's a good little channel. um, Homeland Security Secretary Kelly kind of creeping me out. He basically is kind of blindly following the Fuhrer, and that's scary considering his experience and connections. Yeah. Um, they recently found out that there were many past reports of a previous encounter that was confirmed by correlation of the attendance as well as the Trump team scheduling, that Trump had in fact met with Kisilak, the Russian ambassador. And not only that, but Carter Page's and Jeff Sessions' trips to the meetings with the Russians that were supposedly innocent and nothing related to the campaign, those were both paid for by the campaign. Um, Trey Gowdy and Chaffetz are traitors and need to be in jail. They're fucking traitors and they need to be in jail. Okay? This is one of the things that America must do to preserve itself. These people spent over $150 million. I would bet. What little money I have, maybe like $3. I'd bet $3 that the only reason why they spent, yeah, all right, no, I would bet $3 that it cost over $150 million to investigate Hillary Clinton. Okay, they spent over $150 million on these fucking bullshit inquiries against Hillary Clinton. And I would also bet, let me keep my train of thought instead of starting to want to nap on a video. I would also bet that both of them have extreme financial ties to Russia. Okay, and that's already been proven on Chaffetz's part. But I bet you it's also the case for Gowdy, because you don't go into a fact-finding mission about Benghazi without mentioning even the fucking word Russia. And in 11 hours of Hillary Clinton's testimony, the whole thing wasn't mentioned, but Hillary Clinton didn't mention it because, just like Brian Williams, Hillary Clinton didn't want to do something that wasn't in the best interest of the United States. So in the eyes of real national security professionals, she not only passed their test, but she passed our test by not provoking Russia to save her own ass. And you need to take a long, hard look at your own soul and think about whether or not you've correctly judged her based upon what basically Russia and a bunch of fucking corrupt traitors told you. And, she's going to be my president for the next 4 years because she won. And I love America, not Russia. So that's the choice that is made for me by my patriotic values. Not because I'm a liberal, not because I'm stubborn, but because I'm aware of facts. And the fact is, long before August, when they started reporting this shit, I was telling you that this shit would happen. Okay? And I can't sit here and have foreknowledge of something and then hear a bunch of people say it's just the Democrats. Because it was never just the Democrats. Never. Ever. And the only people who are going along with this line of bullshit are Republicans. Even the ones who were opposed to Trump to begin with. Because, you know, the Republican Party loves power for power's sake. And they coordinate on a near fascist level. They really do. They abuse manipulation of the public to a level that, you know, just to me seems inspired by the Soviet Union. And people need to remember that the only reason why their parents used to hate, quote, liberals is because that ideology was being used by the Soviet Union. And there's nothing wrong with being Christ-like, obviously, unless being Christ-like is a ruse. Just like there's, you know, maybe there's nothing wrong with being a rich asshole. Unless the rich asshole is being used by Russia to destroy America. And I don't know how much more obvious it could be. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. Make sure you click the thumbs up button. And make sure it stays blue. If you're on YouTube, because it's blue on the PlayStation. Oh, it's blue on the computer. I'm pretty sure it's blue on most things. If it's not blue, don't bother telling me. Yeah, that's all. Scroll through the channel if you're new to the channel. Go click on the channel and scroll through the different periods in which warnings were given. That was put together by one of the subscribers who volunteered to help me run this channel. And thanks again, Emily, for your wonderful work. That last little compilation thing was kind of creepy. I apparently wasn't having a very good day. But if you're going to post stuff that's like creepy like that, can you put a date on it or like what the warning was in reference to? What happened before, what happened after, something? Because, like, you know, I don't remember.